He's not really good at all.
On this episode...
He's actually not even putting that much weight on that back leg. The fact that he's hurt himself and stayed hurt is, I guess, what worries me. It used to be a golf ball. There's a definite hop when he runs back. His left leg, his leg's a lot skinnier. This bone here is weak, it's on the brink of crumbling.
So what can we do about it?
This is the bit that, I guess, fixes the problem.
But first...
But he's a peregrine falcon.
We found him up on the base of the towers. She swoops people, yeah.
She's there. She comes here. Gee, she's fast.
Can I get a helmet? I'm amazed no one's hurt because these guys are normally one of the most efficient killers in the animal kingdom.
Ow. He's ill and he needs help very quickly.
Just down a little bit.
It's a hell of a place to get to. We've really got to swing into a full-on rescue operation straight away.
Stop there.
Bruce, how you going?
Chris Brown?
I am, yeah.
How are you, mate? I'm really pleased to see you.
Yeah, what have we got here?
This is a falcon from upstairs.
Where was he found?
Mate, we found him up on the base of the towers.
Yeah.
And he looks really weak.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you can see how he's kind of laying down. He just let us catch him.
But he's a peregrine falcon.
I know. There's a pair of them up there. I don't know if it's a male or a female, but he looked crook, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked like he had some damage to his wings were really weak.
And he hasn't, no one's injured from catching him?
Mate, no one's hurt. No,
They're
no,
ferocious.
nobody.
They're
no.
normally ferocious, but he looks very depressed and very almost calm. I've got to say, it's the last place I'd expect to see a peregrine falcon in the middle of a shopping centre. I'm amazed no one's hurt because these guys are normally one of the most efficient killers in the animal kingdom. Yet he looks depressed, he looks sick, and I'm quite worried. So you've seen him before?
Oh, mate, he's part of the family up here. The cleaners have named him. That's either Frank or Judy. We don't know which one it is, but the cleaners have named...
He just shouldn't be this calm.
The other thing is, mate, we're pretty sure that this time of year, and last year and the year before, they've got a clutch of chicks up there.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we haven't heard the chicks for a couple of days now, but there's a nest. They have a nest. We know exactly where the nest is.
Yeah.
Just watch your step around here. You know, it's quite a bit of low stuff.
Have you seen the other falcon out there recently?
Yeah, we saw the mate this morning.
Yeah. But you haven't heard chicks?
Not today, we haven't heard chicks, no.
So that's the mate right there?
Yeah. Been together for 3 years at least.
Wow. Has she been attacking people if they get close?
She swoops people, yeah.
Okay, so I guess we've got to be fairly careful.
Yeah, very careful, mate. Yeah, but, just head out.
Just feel compelled to keep on looking around and make sure she's not going to come in and...
Yeah. Oh, she will. She'll come swooping back in.
Can you pick her across here? And she's there. Here she comes here. Gee, she's fast.
Straight down.
Can I get a helmet? Feel just a little bit exposed standing here 200 metres above the ground with the fastest animal in the world circling around, the world's most lethal killing machine, just circling around me. So the nest is over here.
Yeah, mate. Underneath there, underneath that little gutter area.
So you haven't heard anything coming from there recently?
Not recently, not today, no.
There's nothing there, is there?
No.
But sometimes from this spot, they're loud enough you can actually hear them.
That's right.
Yeah. The hard thing is that we can't see the nest. It's tucked away in underneath that little awning there, which makes perfect sense. It's hot up here, it's very exposed to the elements. Got to get those chicks out of the wind and out of the sun. So Frank and his lovely missus have found a good place. $1 million views. Well, mate, so I've got to get him back to the clinic as soon as I can, but we'll keep in touch. And
Yeah, mate. Please keep me posted, mate, because we're really
You're attached to him, aren't you?
we're a very special bird this one, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well done catching
yeah.
you too.
Okay, all right.
I'll talk to you soon then.
Take care, Doc. Catch you soon.
So, Sarah, I might just need a bit of a hand because he's actually not that feisty, which is a bit of a worry, but he's still a falcon.
He's still a falcon, that's it.
And he looks like a peregrine.
Okay.
Hey, mate.
Hello there.
So he's been found up at the shopping centre up the road. and he's just been hopping around, not wanting to fly. So, and as you can see, he just looks a bit dazed.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if he's flown into a window or whether as he's been flying past something, he's clipped it with his wing.
Okay.
It's hard to say. But you can see he's not even attacking me there.
No, not very much, is he? That's unusual for them.
You don't really expect being a vet in Bondi to deal with falcons, especially peregrine falcons. It's a real pleasure, but at the same time, you know, that pleasure can be tinged with a lot of pain if you get it wrong, because they're efficient and they're fast. Ow.
Good shot.
Funny, they've got that big beak that looks so intimidating, but it's all about the claws for them.
Yeah, it is. Look at the size of them.
And then
he bites you.
I don't think that's pain that he's responding to there.
No, I think he's just frightened.
That feels fine there.
Yeah, no, they look good.
That feels fine. A bit of a feel of these legs here. Falcon yoga. The fact that he's hopping around worries me a little bit because
Well, these guys just don't come down on the ground, so.
they're great flyers and they're about as lethal and about as effective in the sky as you can get. So for him to come down to the ground is
Yeah,
very
it's
strange.
really unusual. They don't really like people very much.
No.
The fact that this predator could be caught by a couple of security guards that aren't used to handling animals says a lot. It says that this guy is severely, severely incapable of defending himself. He's ill and he needs help very quickly.
Okay. All right. His chest doesn't sound perfect.
Okay.
There's a few abnormal sounds in there.
Right. Sorry.
Actually, can you see that? See in the corner of the mouth
Yes,
there?
yeah, I do.
Looks like a big plaque of fungus, so thrush. And that is a classic sign of weakness in birds.
Weakness, yeah. Yeah.
So that little yeast, if it gets a chance, just grabs hold of their immune system if it is weakened.
Yeah.
And starts to grow, it makes feeding difficult. And it can extend down
It compromises
their throat a little bit, yeah.
I've got two main concerns here. One is for our falcon that is obviously quite ill, but secondly, it's for the nest that he has left behind. Because on that nest are chicks that need to be fed, and with just one bird looking after those chicks, they're very vulnerable to being underfed or being attacked by predators when that bird goes off to feed.
So I thought we'd give him both antibiotics and a thrush treatment. Obviously, thrush
Okay.
is the main problem.
Yeah.
You can see there in his mouth.
Yeah.
But also just to prevent any secondary bacterial infections.
Okay.
He's just generally weak, what I can
Yeah.
see, and obviously all those little bugs that can get at him having a bit of a go right now.
Had a go. Okay. Is his nil stat here?
So if you can just roll that into a little ball, we'll actually give him that first.
Okay. Oh, good boy. What a good boy.
Simple as that, Frankie.
Yeah. It'll
Don't
make
mind
you
that.
go faster.
Right now, we're not really mimicking the natural situation. In the wild, he'd be hunting during the day and probably only catching one or, on a really good day, 2 pigeons. But here we're going to feed him probably 4 or 5 times a day, just small amounts, just trying to build up his energy reserves. We're obviously giving him more than he probably needs, but that's all about putting those extra deposits into his bank. So when he goes back to the wild, he can draw on those deposits and use that protein and that fat to help him survive and I guess live life a bit easier. It's a bit tricky with these.
That's what I was thinking, with your fingers.
So that's a medication called Nilstat, which is an antifungal treatment. He's essentially got a yeast infection in his mouth, and this is going to go in there, treat that yeast, also treat any yeast that have started to grow down through his throat there. It's a treatment we'll use twice a day for the next few days until he's ready to be released. It works pretty well, but everything else needs to be going well with it for him to make a recovery. His immune system has to do the rest. The medication will help, but it's up to Frankie. Tricky is just getting these electrolytes over there.
Oh, that's all right. You'll feel better. Yum. Yum. Good boy. Yes.
I guess the nagging concern I've got is the fact that peregrine falcons sit at the very top of the food chain. They pick off everything underneath them. Their main source of food is pigeons. If the council, for example, is poisoning pigeons to reduce their numbers, our falcon could have come in and taken one of those pigeons that's been poisoned, and as a result, he could have taken on the toxin himself.
Good boy.
Frankie. Good to see you.
He looks a lot better, doesn't he?
Doesn't it?
And spicier. God, look how pretty he is. You're looking better, aren't you? He's saying, feed me, I'm hungry. Good boy.
It's one way to keep you quiet.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's a good boy. Yeah. Could build up the strength for your babies.
Ah, it was me. Finger and meat, they're different things. I guess what I'm most happy about right now is the fact that he's a lot more alert, he's a lot more feisty, he's pecky at my finger, which is ironically a good thing. And he's really keen on this meat. Yesterday, look, food was a secondary priority. It was more about him just surviving, whereas today, he's really pushed past that and he's looking to build up his energy reserves, and that's a good step.
Come on. Oh, that's a good boy.
Chris, you're not going to believe this. I've just got the guys from Westfield, the security guys.
Yeah.
I think this is the partner to the Falcon.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh, God. Can you just grab Pluto now?
Right.
Just
Look at
straight
that
away.
safe there. Yeah.
So I think this is the female.
I think this is the female, yeah, to the one that's there already.
Jeez.
That's it. All right, Blue. All right, I'll take this one.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, buddy.
I believe this. That could be the one that they refer to as Judy, which is the female peregrine, which, oh no. So she's meant to be looking after the young, she's meant to be looking after the babies, and if, gee, she's feisty. You've got a bit more go than your husband, don't you? I can't see those white lumps that Frank's got there on Judy here, so that's a good sign. For me, this is just so bizarre. To get one peregrine falcon a year would be incredible. To get two is unbelievable. Initially, I was thinking with Frank that it may have been something infectious that he was carrying, and certainly with that candida, that thrush in his mouth, that looked like it could be the most likely cause. But Judy here doesn't have it. She's clear of the thrush, so, you know, I hate to say it, but you've got to start thinking that they could have been poisoned. They're big on pigeons, they eat a lot of pigeons. Unfortunately, people poison a lot of pigeons too. And if their food supply is being poisoned, they're at the top of the food chain, being eaten the poison too. The plan now is to put them together, basically reunite Frank and Judy. That way their stress is going to be a lot less. And then we'll feed them right up, get some antibiotics, antifungals into them, try to reverse the effects of this poisoning. But I've got this nagging concern. If she's here, and if he's already here, who's looking after the babies? Without mum or dad, these chicks can only survive for 6, maybe 12 hours. They've got huge demands. They need to be fed constantly, so they're very vulnerable. We have to go up there right now, see if we can find any live chicks, and if there are live chicks, we've got to get them out of there. Got a feeling you might recognise who's in here. Who's this? Huh? Hey. Frank, Judy, Frank. You know each other. You've seen them nesting up here?
Yeah, well, we've actually seen them just nesting over the edge here.
Yep.
And we've seen the male and female coming out from under here. And we've heard the chicks. We've heard them.
Yeah?
Yeah, but
Just in the last few days?
But we haven't heard them recently.
For me, the big panic station here is the fact that we've got Frank and Judy, both mum and dad, in the clinic.
Right.
If we've got live chicks down there, then we've got to work out a way to keep those chicks alive.
Correct.
So, all right. Okay, the crew have rigged up a bit of a camera here.
Yep.
So we might get that over the edge, see if we can have a look in that nest.
All right.
Be glad to know I'm okay with heights.
Are you sure, mate?
Yeah. This is incredible. It's Peregrine Falcon penthouse, isn't it?
You got it?
All right, so I might get you on the monitor if I can, Bruce.
All right, mate, you got this?
Yeah, I've got that. I hope I've got it.
All right, go down a bit, mate.
Yeah. You just direct me into that nest there.
Yeah, go down a bit more. Okay, left. Go left a bit.
Yeah, how's that?
Just down a little bit.
Peregrine falcons are supremely crafty. and they've put their nest in, of course, the most secluded spot in Sydney, where 200 metres up and their nest is down on a ledge 20 metres below us. It's a hell of a place to get to.
Okay, stop. You can definitely see a nest. Looks like there's a bone in there.
Yeah, great.
And there's lots of pigeons, feathery type of stuff, and there's lots of dung, mate, lots of poop.
The fact is, if we do see chicks down there alive, we've really got to swing into a full-on rescue operation straight away. Obviously, they've been in there.
Definitely been in there, mate, but I don't see any sign of life, unfortunately.
No movement at all?
No movement at all, mate. No.
Especially up the back there? There's nothing.
Just move it down a bit.
Yeah.
Stop there.
Yeah.
Mate, it's pretty dark up the back,
Yeah.
but I cannot see a single thing down there moving around, unfortunately.
No, that's a shame. All right, look. We're recording that, so I'll come up and just have a bit of a look for myself.
Okay, mate, you right?
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed. We have everything set up here with this window cleaning module, and the plan was going to be to lower that down and get right in there, and we could have retrieved the chicks.
They're not chicks there, are they?
I don't know, mate.
Even if they thought we were mum and dad,
They'd be
getting
at you.
excited,
They'd be
hungry.
looking for food,
They'd
wouldn't
be
they?
starving by now.
Yeah.
I mean, the worry for me is that obviously whatever's affected mum and dad could very well have affected the chicks.
Right.
I mean, the chicks are small, they're defenceless, they can't handle any sort of level of toxins like mum and dad can. So if it's knocked mum and dad around, then it's sure going to knock around these little chicks.
Definitely, yeah.
It's sad, isn't it? Hello, see this? Last feed. After this one, you can eat yourself, all right? Guys, what do you reckon? Take a good look at it, it's the last one. Ooh. You just get the impression that they're ready to go. So Frankie, you take that. It's a lot like fueling up the aeroplane before it takes off. Obviously, you can't fly without fueling his tank, so we give him a good feed, his last feed before he makes his flight. There's been a definite change since they've been in here in their mood. They've gone from initially being pretty much okay with being handled and have everything done to them, but now they just look edgy. They just want to fly. They just want to leave. The fact is, you can almost kill them with kindness. If you keep them in captivity for too long, they become quite unfit and they almost forget what is required to survive out there. So we've got to look after them, we've got to get them better, but at the same time we can't get them accustomed to being handled and being on the 3 meals a day, served up menu. They have to be a little bit battle hardened before they go out. Ready to fly? Clear for takeoff?
Just watch your head, mate.
Yeah.
You can hear them. Can you hear them?
Yeah. You tell them we were coming.
Yeah, there should be 3 of them out here.
Telling Frank and Judy are coming back home.
Look at that, mate. Look at them.
Coming in here
Look
right
at
now.
them coming
Yeah, they're here.
in. Yeah, they're here.
So we're getting buzzed.
So, mate, you reckon we're ready for this?
I hope we're ready. Yeah.
Do you reckon
It's
they're ready?
up to them.
Okay.
I hope they can fly.
You're the boss, mate.
And I've been telling them how to fly, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping they know more than I do. It's pretty exciting. It's been a long way getting to here, a lot of work, a lot of bites, a lot of claw marks, but this is hopefully the moment where they go back to being what they should be, which is birds cruising over Sydney, and it should be great. I'm thinking that Frank came in first, so Frank has the first flight rights, I think.
What do you reckon he's thinking about, mate?
Right now he's just assessing the wind conditions,
Yeah.
wind out of the southeast at 5 knots,
Got to
gusting up to 7.
put a bit of flap on the right rudder.
He's going to be like a plane. He just wants to go into the wind and adjust the flaps.
He's starting to perk up. Look at him. Oh, look at that, mate. That's
Go on.
awesome.
Either way.
That is fantastic.
And soaring.
Oh, look at that, mate. Absolutely
go.
awesome.
Go,
Look
Frankie.
at him, mate. He's looking a little tired, but he's up and about, eh?
He just takes a while just to get used to
Yeah.
flying again.
Yeah.
But he's gone.
Fantastic, mate. Look at that.
Great.
That's awesome.
I'm a vet in Bondi. Falcons aren't my thing. But to spend some time with them, to learn what they like, what they don't like, how they think, it's been special for me. And this is just the moment that caps it all off.
You got it?
Yeah.
Go.
He's not going to waste the time here. See you, Judy. You'll be fine. Keep on giving Frank hell, all right? There you go.
Look at that. Come on, gorgeous.
They do just suck it all in, don't they?
I do. She's checking everything out, isn't she?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at those talons, mate.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's awesome, isn't it? You see that?
Hope she doesn't backflip off.
Very sorry about that. you got to lessen your weight before you take
Exactly,
off.
mate. Yeah. Drop some ballast.
That's right. This isn't that abnormal for her just to sit here and really assess the conditions. The reality is that their wings do stiffen up and she just loses the fitness.
Oh, look. There she goes.
Yeah, she's away.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Congratulations, mate. You've made my day and the rest of the security crew and the cleaners, everybody who works here, mate. This is just absolutely awesome.
You love these, don't you?
We do, mate. We love them.
I can tell.
Yeah. I just work here. They live here, mate. This is their home, and this is just fantastic, mate. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, mate.
Hi Adam, how are you?
I'm not too bad.
Good, how's Billy doing?
He's not really good at all. He was playing in the park last Saturday and he got bowled over by a bigger dog and he's had a limp ever since. I'd like to get it checked out if I could.
Okay, look, that's no problem at all. What I'll do is I'll get Chris for you and we'll get him to take a look.
Okay.
Oh, Billy. All right, just hang on for a minute, Adam.
G'day Adam, how you going mate?
I'm okay, thanks, Chris.
Nice to meet you. This is
too.
little Billy. And Sarah's told me Billy's been in the wars. All right, come on through. He doesn't look too happy, although I'm guessing that's how he normally is, that little place he falls. Oh, Billy boy. Put him in the table. Yeah. All right, so he's been limping.
The back left leg.
Back left, okay. And how did it start?
He was in the park playing with a staffy and they're running around and he got bowled over and I just noticed afterwards that he started having that left leg limp.
Yeah.
He was starting to favour it a bit and I thought I'll leave it a few days, just see whether it's going to cure itself.
Yeah.
Thought it might have been a sprain because he doesn't seem to be bothered about it at all. He still seems to be pretty happy.
So you can see even now that he's actually not even putting that much weight on that back leg. And just tap it there and it lifts up. Whereas this one here, that's the heavy leg there because he's putting a lot through that one.
Yeah.
So there's obviously some pain and some discomfort and he's just not sure about putting weight through that leg. The thing about puppies is they're quite flexible, so typically injuries, if they get them, they heal very quickly and they're usually fairly minor in nature. So the fact that he's actually hurt himself and stayed hurt is, I guess, what worries me. So you're finding this injury is actually slowing him down?
Look, it does slow him down a little bit, but I find that when he's playing, he's running after dogs, or he loves chasing after balls, especially golf balls, and he seems to be distracted from the whole thing and doesn't seem to be worried about it all.
He's a golf ball chaser?
Yep, absolutely. I've actually got one here if you want to have a look.
Yeah, so let's have a look.
Sure.
That is a golf... that used to be a golf ball. That's unbelievable. And so he does chase this for a lot of time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How long a day would he chase that ball?
Oh, he could chase it for an hour or more.
Yeah? Yeah. Now, his obvious love of balls might actually work in our favour. I wouldn't mind getting him out in the corridor right now and just see him chase after this, because that's going to give us a good idea about how it performs when he's really pushing it.
Okay.
So my thinking is that the thrill of the chase really overrides any pain he's feeling.
Okay. That's just adrenaline rush, is it?
It is. But he might still be hurting quite a bit there. I want to see how that leg actually performs when he's chasing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a definite hop when he runs back. He sort of skips on those back legs of his.
But when he's going fast, you don't really see it. Just it's like normal.
Yep. He just loves it, doesn't he? How long does he do this for?
Oh, as long as you throw it. So, Chris, what do you think it is?
There's a couple of possibilities. Either he's really sprained that joint while he's been playing with another dog and wrenched his hip out and stretched some of the ligaments. He could have hip dysplasia, but really to know what's going on, we need to take an x-ray. And that's just a simple fact. That way we can see how those bones are sitting and from then on we can actually work out a plan for him.
Yeah, well, if we gotta get x-rays, It's going to make me feel a bit more comfortable knowing at least it's been checked out.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. What's interesting is actually how much this is really affecting him, even though he doesn't really show it. If you look at his left leg there compared to his right one there, have a look at the muscle difference. His left leg, his leg's a lot skinnier. It's just because the muscles haven't been used, whereas the right leg's all bulky because he's carrying most of his weight actually on that leg, and as a result, the muscle's wasted away. X-ray. So the reason Billy's limping is because this bone here is weak. It's on the brink of crumbling. It just cannot support his body weight the way it is right now.
So what can we do about it?
It sounds dramatic being a young dog, but we've actually got to do surgery. We're going to remove that bit of bone there and just leave that femur floating next to the hip joint, not attached to it.
And is the hip still stable?
Amazingly. Yeah. You'll be amazed how we can actually walk without a hip joint. Although it sounds dramatic, it works, and it works well. In a matter of weeks, maybe a month, you'll be chasing that golf ball again.
Oh, has to be done, has to be done. Oh, I can't leave him in pain like this.
It was always going to be a hard one. He came in with an essentially happy dog that limped occasionally. Essentially, I'm lopping off part of his little dog's leg, and he's not going to take that kindly. And he needs to know that's the right thing to do, and it certainly is the right thing for that dog to have done to it. So we've made our cut, we're now working our way down through the muscle layers. The hip joint is covered in a decent layer of muscle. We're now going between those, pushing them aside until we can actually expose the hip joint. And we're going to go in there, get the top of the femur and basically lop it off. I guess the next step's the money step, because we position our chisel, essentially it's a chisel in there, now get the hammer and bang down, and it takes that head of the femur on one side and leaves the rest of the femur remaining on the other side. So this is the bit that, I guess, fixes the problem. Just about that. Okay. So there we go. So this is the ball of his femur. Now that should be really nice, healthy, white cartilage, but you can see it's quite moth-eaten. It really looks as though it's just fading away. So Billy's going to be a lot better off not having that in there. So now it's out. All that's really left to do is close up that incision and let Billy wake up. How's our boy? Hey, Billy boy. How you going, matey? You're looking good. Looking real good. Some breakfast there for him as well.
Billy can have some brekkie.
How's it going?
Yeah, really good. It's really bright this morning.
You smile? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's much more cheerful this morning.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect he's going to try and use that leg too much today anyway. It's very early days.
Absolutely.
Geez, the mouth's okay though. And the appetite?
Doesn't affect his appetite.
Adam's Day.
G'day, Adam. It's Chris here from the vet clinic, mate. How you going?
I'm okay, thank you.
That's the way. Now, Billy's woken up from his anaesthetic and he's doing really well.
Excellent. He's already running around chasing golf balls.
Not quite golf balls just yet. That's further down the track. But
Okay.
For a few hours at least.
Okay, great. So operational went fine.
Yep.
No dramas. Excellent.
Yep. So everything's A-OK, and he'll be right to go home tomorrow. So are you going to be okay being without him for a night?
I'll survive.
Fair enough. All right, mate. You hang in there, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Cliff. Thanks, mate. Bye.
Okay, cheers, buddy. Bye.
here to pick up Billy.
Little Billy, all right? Won't be a minute. I'll just go grab him for you.
That'd be great.
Righto, Billy. It's time to go, buddy. It's time to go. Okay, let's go. Your dad's waiting at the front, and he's going to be very happy to see you. Let's go. Wait, go.
Billy!
Here we go. There you go. All right, must be good to have him back.
Oh, that scar.
Yeah, so that's where we did the operation. It's a pretty small little scar there. We've gone in there and removed that little section of bone that was dying. But he's been great. You know, a little bit sooky at times, I've got to say, but he's been a good patient.
Fantastic.
He's missed you too. All we need to do is just these medications here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just to take away any inflammation that's going to remain from that operation. Okay.
And what about exercise?
Yeah, look, I hate to say it, Billy, but no chasing of golf balls for at least 3 weeks. No. And just gentle walks. Gentle walks are fine. If you start to play a game, then his thrill of the chase will take over and he'll forget about that.
Yeah.
And we don't need to do that. We actually want him to know that he's got that wound there. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Mate, no worries at all.
Okay.
All the best with him.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, mate, you take care.
I'm really glad that's over, and I'm glad the result seems really good as well, and Billy can get on with his life now, and having him running around with his friends in a few weeks. Really looking forward to getting home, and have a special treat for him, I think. Hey, what do you think? Hey, we're going to go home? Sleep in your own bed tonight too, hey?
If you guys loved that video, great. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel below. That way.